Hello and welcome to another episode of RTN News. I'm Rachel Williamson.
And I'm Lauren Rotella.
New Jersey's newest record store opened over the weekend right around the corner in Woodbury Heights. What used to be a local convenience store now conveniently gives vinyl lovers a new place to get together. The shop is called Juniper Records, and store owner Steve Zimmerman was busy pricing tens of thousands of records with some employees and preparing for the store's grand opening, which took place on Saturday morning. There was free coffee and donuts at the event, and the first person in line that morning received a $50 gift card. Zimmerman is not only hoping to share his music, but also a sense of community here in South Jersey.
Officials with Inspira Health Network and Cooper University Healthcare marked the opening of a new Glassboro Health Center this week. The facility will provide outpatient health services for the community, including Rowan University's students. The health center services will include primary and urgent care, orthopedics, physical therapy, medical imaging, and behavioral wellness. The $1.9 million structure is located within 200 Rowan Boulevard, with its health center located on the first floor of 220 Rowan Boulevard and officially opened to the public yesterday. Now, here with your entertainment update, let's head over to Melissa Priori.
Veterans Day is tomorrow, but Veterans Week, hosted by the Veterans Student Organization, has already started at Rowan University. The week-long celebration started on Sunday with a remembrance walk through campus to honor our soldiers of the past, present, and future. The Yogo on Rowan Boulevard will be host a fundraiser on Thursday from 6 to 9, and the proceeds will go directly to VSO. The organization will also be holding a bake sale at the TCNJ game on Friday and the ice hockey games on Saturday. Rowan After Hours will sponsor Stars and Stripes Bingo on Saturday night, where attendees will be able to write supportive letters to active veterans. Rowan Student University programmers will host an auction to benefit a foundation that gives those suffering from critical illnesses a chance to sit front row at a concert of their choosing. The 49th annual Holiday Helper auction takes place November 16th in the Anon Ballroom. We'll be raising money for the Front Row Foundation this year. The auction, open to Rowan community, will give participants a chance to bid on items like an iPad, a 3-night stay at a campground, and even a script signed by the cast of HBO's hit show Game of Thrones. Ed Streb will return as the auctioneer this year, as he has for the past 3 decades. This past Saturday, Rowan Unified Sports hosted the Miles for Medals 5K. More than 100 runners raced through campus for $15 a student and $20 for non-students. Runners could participate across 4 divisions. The money made from the races, as well as donations, went to the Special Olympics New Jersey. Now let's go to Samantha Berenberg, who had a spooky time at this year's Haunted Student Center.
Rowan University invited kids from all over Glassboro to come to their Haunted Student Center to go trick-or-treating a day early. Rowan clubs and organizations volunteered time and candy to make this spectacular event a success. The clubs each had a table or a room depending on the size of the things they wanted to do. Most had tables, though, that they decorated in a theme they chose and where they handed out candy to all the kids who came by. Other organizations had rooms where they had games and activities for the kids to do. The dance team had a zombie dance party in the ballroom, while the education clubs had fun Dr. Seuss games for the kids to play. The other rooms contained similar fun activities, like the Monsters Incorporated theme room or the Country themed room, where kids got to play a kid-sized ultimate frisbee game. No matter where the families went, there was sure to be tons of candy and fun for all.
As kids continue to get sugar high the day before Halloween at the Haunted Student Center, this is Samantha Berenberg with RTN News.
Wow. I didn't get to check that out. Did any of you guys get to go to the spooky Halloween?
No, it was adorable though. The kids looked like they had a blast. They had a lot planned for them.
Yeah, and I know that they had an actual ball, a monsters ball,
Really?
that the kids could do this year, and it was the first year that they did that.
And their
so.
costumes too. Like last year, I feel like it was just Anna and Elsa, but they had some different variety, and everyone had a little creativity.
I mean, I'll go anywhere where there's candy for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would have gone.
We're set.
It wasn't so spooky either.
We'll go next year.
Please.
We'll go next year. Okay.
Please.
Perfect.
There might not be any candy left.
And now here's Jashanti Pittman with our local weather update.
Thank you. Today's weather is a high 60 degrees with a low 49 degrees with some showers. This week will continue on with the chilly weather from Wednesday with a high of 61 degrees and a low of 46 degrees, leading into Sunday with a high of 56 degrees and a low 37 degrees. We do expect to see some clouds and showers through the week, so make sure you stay bundled up and warm when you're going to your classes, going out, or just being in your room. This weather is hectic.
It just keeps getting colder and rainier and wetter.
You know what I think throws us off too is with the whole daylight savings that it
Yes.
gets pitch black at 5 p.m. I think it is, and you don't know what's like. You're like, should I eat dinner? Is it dinner time, or what should I do?
And you can tell none of the students are prepared because whenever you pull up for classes, they're like running into the classroom, no umbrella.
That's college
It's crazy how
students
much
for
it
you.
can rain.
Pretty much.
Well, coming up, we'll have more local news, so stay with us.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Packers, Viking, Packers, Viking, Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Welcome back. In case you missed it this weekend, more than 2,000 participants marched through Center City on Sunday for Philadelphia's first Veterans Parade, representing nearly 200 organizations. They were joined by elected local, state, and federal officials, including Mayor Nutter and many more. The event marked the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II, the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War, and the 25th anniversary of the Desert Storm. Members of the parade passed City Hall and down East Market Street to Independence Mall, where members of the All Veterans Parachute team concluded the event by presenting a 30 by 60 foot American flag.
The founders of Walmart recently made a $50 million donation to help support local schools. The project was created by the Walton Family Foundation and hopes to support over 4,000 teachers across the nation. Recent graduates will be recruited to work in high-poverty areas for 2 years. 75 teachers will be placed in Camden alone. And just 2 years ago, the Newark Teach for America program received a $2 million grant from the foundation. The grant is said to be a 3-year process that will assist in hiring and training new teaching professionals.
Governor Christie vetoed legislation that was intended to stabilize Atlantic City's finances on Monday, declaring that it failed to recognize the true path to economic revitalization and fiscal stability. However, he agreed to construct a final and fast resolution path that other involved parties would agree to. Christie praised legislative efforts, but said they did not meet the goal of setting a course toward renewed long-term prosperity and economic growth. The Casino Association of New Jersey issued a statement expressing disappointment with the governor's action and is pleading that the necessary parties take action quickly to resolve all open issues.
Now let's turn things over to Erin Cahill for this week's Health Check.
October flew by and November has begun. The new issue of Rowan's Student Health 101 has been released. This month's issue focuses on different articles like the do's and don'ts of a healthy semester, how to quit smoking, the flu season, and stress about the end of the semester. And of course, my favorite, how-to videos for desserts without a downside. These articles are sure to keep you de-stressed and focused until the end of the semester. But if you're still feeling that extra anxiety about upcoming final exams and deadlines, Rowan's Stress and Anxiety Student Support has you covered. Healthy Campus Initiatives, SAS, Stress and Anxiety Student Support, is there for those students who feel like they need someone to talk to about their stress. Whether it's financial stress, academic problems, relationship conflicts, or stress about being away from home, SAS covers it all. Perhaps you just want to make some new friends or hear about other students' ways that they cope with their stress. They meet every Monday at 2 p.m. in the Wellness Center training room. Also in the Wellness Center is the weekly Empower Hour workshop, every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Do you ever feel like you aren't enough? Like everything you do still doesn't satisfy the vision you have? Does this need for perfection affect you? Well, this week's Empower Hour is Pressured to be Perfect, a talk about perfection and its negatives on ourselves. So stop at the Wellness Center tomorrow at 4 p.m. to learn how to be successful even if you can't be perfect. Anxiety from final exams, stress about life, and the need to feel perfect. Perhaps one solution for you is to just take a study break and get yourself moving and your blood flowing at the rec center. But you don't even have to do it alone. Rowan's Women Physique Club aims to promote a healthy body image on campus by working on fitness and nutrition goals together. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or advanced. They welcome any fitness level with open and muscular arms. They meet on Tuesdays, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. in the Rec Center, room 113. Go head on over and make some new friends, de-stress your mind and body, and feel refreshed and motivated afterwards.
I think you nailed it with this week's health check. With stress and anxiety as students,
yeah,
it's definitely something we can all relate to.
I completely agree. I think since I didn't even know we had a women's physique club, which I think is really interesting. Yeah, but like again, since we said getting cold and stress, it's probably like the best.
And the bad weather just makes it all that much better because it's like we need that stress reliever.
Clearing your head and then getting your mind going and keep you warm too.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have to check it out.
Well, after the break, John Patterson will deliver the latest in prof sports.
My dad's one of the producers here. Bring this week.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Welcome back to the show. Now with your sports update, here's John Patterson.
Thank you, Rachel. The Rome University field hockey team lost to the College of New Jersey 3-2 in the New Jersey Athletic Conference Championship game on Saturday night. The Profs were down 3-0 at intermission. Marissa Marini and Abby Tucker scored late goals in the second stanza. Profs goalie Carly DeMarco totaled 9 saves, and Marini had 1 defensive save. The Profs finished their season with a 14-6 overall record with a 5-1 record in conference play. In a must-win game to keep their NJAC championship hopes alive, Rowan fell in overtime to Kane University 20-17 in overtime on Saturday afternoon. Kane will go up 14-0 after the first half, thanks to 2 touchdown passes in the second quarter from quarterback Charles App, a 24-yarder to Taj Hammery, and a 7-yarder to Jonathan Smith. In the second half, Rowan scored a touchdown in each of the 2 quarters to send the game into overtime. Quincy Lambert ran in a 1-yard scamper in the third that capped a 15-play, 75-yard drive that took 7 minutes and 42 seconds off the clock. Then in the fourth, Dante Pickney ran into the end zone from a yard out to tie the score. In the overtime period, Rowan had the ball first. Tyler Knighton connected on a 30-yard field goal to put the Profs up 3. But in 4 plays, App found the end zone once again for the Cougars, this time a rushing touchdown from 14 yards out to end the game. App went 20 of 38, throwing for 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He also led the team in rushing with 90 on 11 carries and the score. averaging 8.2 yards a carry. Smith had 9 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown catch. For Rowan, Dante Pickney went 19 of 26 for 132 yards. Lambert rushed 29 times for 106 yards and a touchdown. Russ Fortune led the Profs receiving with 10 catches for 69 yards. Kane and Rowan are now tied with Frostburg State for third place in the conference at 5-3. They are also tied overall with the 6-3 record on the season. All three of the teams are out of the conference title race, with Salisbury and Wesley only having one conference loss. But Rowan will look to bounce back in the final game of the regular season against TCNJ in the Friday Night Lights game this week. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m., and you can catch the game at live.rtnch5.com. The Rowan University men's soccer team lost to Montclair State University 5-1 in the semifinals of the New Jersey Athletic Conference Championship Tournament on Wednesday night. The Profs have a record of 16-5 and now await a possible at-large berth to the NCAA Division III Championship Tournament. Rowan is second in the NCAA South Atlantic Region rankings that were released on Wednesday. Rowan goalie Kyle Dennis played 54 minutes and 24 seconds of action and stopped 5 shots. Goalie Kelly Grant saw 35 minutes and 36 seconds of action and made 2 saves. The Profs have a record of 16-5 and now await a possible at-large berth to the NCAA Championship Tournament. Rowan is second in the NCAA South Atlantic Region rankings that were released on Wednesday. And now we have a women's soccer package. Let's throw to it.
Reporting for the Rowan Television Network, I'm Cody Decker. Down here toward the west side of the field is where this was the spot for the game-winning goal in overtime. Rowan and TCNJ vying for the NJAC Championship in women's soccer, live here from the Rowan soccer field in Glassboro, New Jersey. On Friday night, the top-seeded Rowan Lady Profs hosted second-seed TCNJ in the 2015 NJAC Championship game from Rowan University. Entering the 36th minute in the first half, Rowan goalie Shelby Money collided with Lion defenseman Marissa Scognomiglio on a rebound chance to set up a penalty kick for TCNJ. Scognomiglio would connect from the 12-yard mark to put the Lions ahead 1-0. The score would stay that way going into the second half. TCNJ kept the pressure coming, but Rowan continued to get opportunities to tie the game. About midway through the second half, forward Melissa Kelly received a pass and stayed onside, but just missed wide left with a one-on-one with Lions goalie Jessica Weeder. Money could not be denied of saves, though, with TCNJ trying to increase their lead. She had a string of a couple saves in the second half that kept Rowan in reach of tying the game, and possibly winning it during the 90 minutes of regulation. In the 66th minute, Rowan would capitalize on a cross from the right corner. Midfielder Megan McKinley found forward Sarah Rosenberg at the center of the box. Rosenberg blasted a shot top shelf past Weeder to tie the game at 1 goal apiece. With time winding down in regulation, Rowan had one last shot to end the game on a corner kick, but Weeder was able to just get enough of the ball to force it out of play and force the game into extra time. Right off a throw-in in the 94th minute, forward Maxine New set up forward Catherine McCary from about 8.5 yards out to chip a shot in the bottom right 90 of the net to clinch the victory. Making their 13th straight appearance in the NJAC tournament, Rowan stopped a 6-year period of Montclair State and TCNJ winning the conference. TCNJ had 4 of those titles. Next up, the NCAA Division III tournament awaits the Lady Profs. First and second rounds are scheduled from November 13th to November 15th and will be hosted at Rowan University. 64 teams from across the nation will look to make their way to the national championship on December 5th in Kansas City, Missouri. So the Rowan Lady Profs soccer team wins the NJAC championship for the second time in their history. Rowan taking care of the possession battle offensively, while it was TCNJ in transition taking care of their offensive scheme. And as you go to my left here, the families, all the friends of the players, they are celebrating, and celebrating they shall here tonight, but only for a little bit, as the NCAA bracket for the Division III National Tournament will be released Rowan gets the automatic bid. They have been ranked second in the latest regional ranking, so that definitely would have got them in already. TCNJ ranks fourth in the region. They should make their way to the NCAAs, but we will see how the field plays out. Again, Rowan victorious for the NJAC championship. Cody Decker here reporting for the Rowan Television Network.
It's interesting seeing Cody report from a soccer field, not always ice hockey and football.
Yeah,
it's a good job out there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Cody Decker, man, our producer. But furthermore, the Eagles, did we all see that game?
Of course we did. Of course we did. Okay. I'm surprised you watched that game. We're the Falcons. Yeah, we have a Falcons fan on our new studio, and that's when he...
So now that he left, on to national news.
It's bigger things.
Yeah. A bone-filled burial ground has been discovered beneath New York City's Washington Square Park. Construction workers were attempting to fix an old water main when they discovered the roof to the burial vault below them. The vaults were less than 4 feet below the street and contained tombs, bones, and over a dozen wooden coffins. It has been estimated that it had been built in the late 18th century or early 19th century, and now experts are looking into old documents hoping to gain insight on who may have been buried there.
A child who was reported missing in Alabama 13 years ago has been found safe and unharmed in Cleveland, Ohio. Authorities say Julian Hernandez was 5 and in the legal custody of his mother when it was suspected that his father took him as part of a non-custodial parental abduction when he disappeared on August 28, 2002. The FBI was contacted on Sunday when Hernandez was trying to apply for college when his social security number did not match his name. Julian is now 18 years old, and Bobby Hernandez was arrested Monday in the abduction. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for Thursday, November 12th.
Rolling Stone magazine is involved in a $25 million lawsuit with a fraternity. Phi Kappa Psi from the University of Virginia filed suit on Monday after Rolling Stone knowingly published false information about a rape on campus. The article was published in 2014 and detailed a horrible attack on a freshman girl from multiple fraternity members. The Washington Post noticed many discrepancies in the story, and it was further disproved in 2 investigations by the Columbia University Journalism School and the Charlottesville Police Department. Rolling Stone removed the story in April, and the magazine's editor later resigned.
A large sinkhole opened in a new IHOP restaurant parking lot in Mississippi over the weekend, swallowing as many as 12 cars. According to CNN, authorities said the asphalt gave way Saturday evening, leaving a huge hole. Thankfully, there were no reports of injuries. The cause of the sinkhole is still under investigation, and the primary concern continues to be the safety of guests and team members. The restaurant will remain closed until all necessary repairs have been completed.
Don't rake your leaves, scientists say. How would you like to use that as an excuse next time someone asks you to tidy up your yard? Well, it turns out that dried dead leaves are important shelters for various critters. Creatures such as box turtles, toads, earthworms, and chipmunks not only eat from the leaves but also lay their eggs. They are a crucial part of your yard's ecosystem, and the National Wildlife Federation is asking people to please leave the leaves. And now let's see what Jennifer Vargas is asking students for this week's Rowan Opinion.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Vargas with RTN News. The Rowan shuttle bus comes back and forth from the Glassboro campus to the Camden campus. All passengers must show their Rowan ID. Let's hear Rowan's opinion.
I think it's pretty convenient. The only thing is that, how they come so early. So you have to, sit in Camden for a long time before your class starts. But I do think it's convenient service. I just think they need more shuttles to come more often.
What do you use it for?
I use it to go to Camden so I can take my math class.
Is it convenient?
Oh, the Rowan shuttle? Yes, it's very convenient. A lot of people don't have cars, especially freshmen who have to go take class at Camden. So, yeah, it's definitely convenient.
A few minutes late, but, you can't do anything about that because of traffic.
It seems to me that the Rowan shuttle bus is pretty convenient. I'm Jennifer Vargas with RTN News, and that's Rowan's opinion.
They just had to get the shuttle bus going because there was no parking. Some good students like it.
I know. I've never taken it, to be honest, but if you go to Philly sometimes, it's funny because you'll actually see it going to the destination where they need to go, around Penn's Landing. So, we're lucky, I guess. We're very lucky. Yeah. Well, that concludes another episode of RTN News. Until next week, I'm Lauren Rotella.
And I'm Rachel Williamson. Thanks for watching.